Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. You're watching What You Need. In setting up a knockdown or a knockout, there are several things you must consider. One thing you must do is you must get your opponent to react to you a particular way so that they become somewhat predictable. And once they're predictable enough, then you can work your little magic and do what they don't expect. Now in this fight between Dmitry Pirog and Daniel Jacobs, such a thing happened. But first you have to understand that Dmitry Pirog is a special kind of fighter. Two of the fighters he borrowed and composed his style from was Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I'm going to show you how complicated Dmitry Pirog's style is. So let's get into it. So there you saw Dmitry Pirog use his high guard, and then he's going to go into the side-on stance. Notice how wide his stance is as well, like Floyd Mayweather, like Sugar Ray Leonard. The other thing you must notice about Dmitry Pirog is nothing is as it seems. So what happened up to the 5th round of this fight is that Daniel Jacobs was continually confused by the different looks that Dmitry Pirog was giving him. And not only that, but the timing of Dmitry Pirog to land punches on him. And you'll see an example of this in a second. Again, that's one look right there, the high guard. Head is off center. He's going to throw a left hook. Daniel Jacobs is going to see it. He's going to throw his jab. Pirog again repeats that left hook as if he's going to throw a left hook. Staying in a side-on stance. Now his head is off center, if you notice. And he goes with a feint to stab to the pit. So he's tricking Jacobs all the way through. Notice how he can slip and roll punches. Again, confusing Jacobs because his jab just does not work on Pirog. Gives him the side-on stance, front guard, throws his jab. Has his guard in place. Jacobs is utterly confused so far. Watch it, Pirog here. Now he uses the high guard and tucks in. Jacobs cannot land anything. Just a low blow there that hits Pirog. Now why I'm telling you this is because Danny Jacobs throughout this fight was continually confused. And I heard the announcers and commentators saying he needs to use the jab more. But truth be told, Daniel Jacobs was not going to help himself by using the jab, as you will see in a minute. It's the style of Dmitry Pirog that is a problem for any boxer. So watch what happens. Notice Pirog changes levels. He starts off with the high guard and gives Daniel Jacobs a different look by changing levels. So Daniel Jacobs takes a step back to see what's really going on. And Pirog follows him, slips under his straight right. And actually tags him with a short little uppercut. Now, the interesting thing about Pirog is he can change levels, he can change looks. So Jacobs is completely confused at this point in time. Now, in rounds before, Dmitry Pirog would provoke Daniel Jacobs to throw a particular combination. It leads off with the jab, and then he comes over the top with the overhand right. Now, watch how Pirog will initiate or bring out from Jacob that particular combination, because so far Jacobs realizes his lead right doesn't work and his jab doesn't work. So the next thing he's going to try is that combination, and he did it in rounds before when he was confused. Throws the jab again. It's not effective. Pirog seems to slip that jab continuously. Look at Pirog change levels again and pose on Daniel Jacobs. Then come in, feints him, and comes in with a 1-2. Now that 1-2 is to prompt Daniel Jacobs to respond with the same type of punch combination And that's exactly what Daniel Jacobs does. He responds with his 1-2. Now, usually, when you use your forearm on your opponent's head, you can gauge to hit them. But Pirog is good at rolling under any punch. And watch this. He rolls under the overhand right. Now, remember, Dmitry Pirog, just a couple of seconds before, was throwing a 1-2 at Daniel Jacobs, which prompted Daniel Jacobs to throw a 1-2. And in essence, he's setting up Daniel Jacobs to throw that 1-2 once again. Watch. So he throws a jab, which Daniel Jacobs slips. But now he shifts in and throws a jab from the southpaw position, which makes Daniel Jacobs move back even further to the ropes to observe what's happening. Now he feints a jab, and he's going to throw a second jab. But that second jab is just to occupy Daniel Jacobs. It's not to blind him. It's just to occupy him so that he would elicit a response from him, which is going to be the 1-2. Watch. So Daniel Jacobs throws the jab, and he's trying to throw the 1-2. And what does Dmitry Pirog do? He slips the jab and throws an overhand right, catching Daniel Jacobs and knocking him flush down. Now, he's not knocked out. He's knocked down. He's stunned, and he's going to regroup. Berg is going to count to 5. He picks up from 4, 4, 5, and he says it's done. And Daniel Jacobs is like, no, no, no. Oh, he was resting, really. He was ready to get back up. Nonetheless, that's how Pirog won this fight. He confused Daniel Jacobs and got him to elicit a particular kind of response. So let's just replay that all over again in real time. There's the feint, change of levels, slips under, hits him with the uppercut, changes levels, feints, throws the 1-2 to elicit the 1-2, slips under, jabs, shifts, and he's prompting the 1-2, and he catches him very quickly. You guys have a great one.